work. Oh, I got shit everywhere. Yeah, for Beef Fighter, I don't know what happened, but Twitch was just wrong as hell. But now it's good. Alright. How's everybody doing? Damn, I didn't realize how full the queue was still, but that's how it goes sometimes. What up, Lawrence? Appreciate that, Sam Rose. I've been waiting for it. What up, CPR? Appreciate that, Dannon. I think it was just full today already. I didn't realize it was still full. I don't know how that happened. I think people were submitting as I did it live last time. I don't really know, but I did not realize. So, my bad. So it's all full. I'm sorry. Hopefully I'll be able to fucking empty it this week. It was already full at that point. I mean, Kevin, I didn't know it was full. Do I use machine? Yes, I do. We'll get to this critique in a minute. I'm gonna open up my DMs on Twitter for a minute, and if anyone wants a little early preview of the app I've been working on, and you got iOS, DM me your email on Twitter. I'll hit you with that sneak preview. Constrabuzz got some beats in there. Hakeem, if y'all know him. Launching next week. The new version is super dope. If y'all are interested, let me know. I can get you on that early exclusive list. You can get it about a week early. And we'll be opening up beat submissions for that before long. So be on the lookout for that. I read both chats. Alright, Flown Beats. Yeah, like Constro, he sent me like 3 beats months ago. Not months ago, but a little while back. And we're still sort of like in the preview phase. But like 60 people recorded tracks on his shit. It's tight. The best one's actually pretty dope. Or like Hakeem. Like 80 something tracks on that. It's gonna be interesting. But let's get in this critique. This is one of the better beats I've made in a minute. Thought that turned out pretty smooth. Alright, first up, Skeet Beats.
The following is a DJ
And the
Skeet
track.
presentation.
Your beard is good. Keith. hit the crowd chant, but he got lucky getting this up at the top of the queue. I'm not battered and weak. Like this is, okay, never mind. This is pretty goofy. You can like see the stutter edit on the DSLR. I feel like I've seen a million like really intense drill videos on this beat. And it's not even like the most modern, most up-to-date take on that kind of beat. That's kind of like a 2 years ago kind of take. But like it didn't sound bad, you know, it was just kind of nothing new. So like would someone have bought that beat? Like could you have sold that beat to someone? Probably. Is it some shit I would listen to? Nah. So I would say get rid of the crowd chants for sure. Like those are overkill. But I think there's just more you could do to make that a little more like a little less dated, a little more fresh. Sound changes, programming things, like throw a beat switch in there, do something. Because just going straight at it like that, little boring. All right, next up is what was this dude's name? He never said a display name, so I don't know. Like, he uploaded the same thing a million times. Is this the right one? I think so. Super quiet. Let's hear it. I like the bass. I'm into that. this is super smooth. A lot of like jet life feel on this for sure. I wasn't paying attention to the vinyl crackle. But I could use more snare. If you did like add vinyl crackle, wouldn't be huge on that, but I think it's just something with the hi-hat. I don't really know what it is, but I think, yeah, just more snare, and that'd be like really okay, well, I don't want to exaggerate. It would reach its full potential if you got that snare hitting a little harder. It's not like groundbreaking, but it does ride real nice. All right, next up is August 1. All right, let's see. Vladimir Valdez. Definitely need some bass. Definitely need some like low end. Cause it's super empty right now. Like it's got a nice overall vibe to it, but there's not a ton going on. Sounds a bit like a cheesy NBA sneaker commercial. I can hear that too. Not 25 word, like 4 or 5 word, like little tiny blurb Conro. 25 character, super short. It doesn't have to be a sentence or anything like that. It can just be a collection of words. That just needs more going on. Like that was just like it just sounded very unfinished. Like if that had some bass, if that had some more shit on top, all sorts of more stuff happening, I would be more into that. I read it. Cowardly? Yes, cowardly, whatever. Alright, we got some Conster Buzz here. Oh shit, let me start. With a head, you act. With a head, you act. I like the name New York Rider. part of the chop a lot more. I don't like repeating this chop very much. Actually, no, I like it more. Okay. I like that. I like that. Your art always cracks me up. At first I wasn't huge on those chops, but I liked the stuff towards the end a lot more. And there were some of the chops were like super dope. Conro, are you gonna sign off on that? On Kevin's invention? That's a pretty good one. Alright. Oh, wait. Fuck. Alright, who's next? Romo. Let's see what's going on.
Oh, they saying he's trying to set you up, B. Come on, man. Man, come find. Hey, yo, bring this bitch ass nigga over here, B. I know this nigga trying to send me in. What's up, man? You feeding this motherfucker too, man.
Is that camera on?
Hey,
what is it?
So what's going on, man? I'm hearing things, man. Put your hands down, man. Put your fucking hands down. Everything ain't all right, man? I ain't eating. You ain't eating? What you mean you ain't eating? You ain't making this paper, man? Everybody eats, B.
I like these chops, or rather, I like what you did with the chops in terms of like flipping the time signature. I always am into that. What up, Rhombus? But the drums, I'm not huge on the drums for this. I like that you brought the 808 in with it. The drums are a little like, they sound almost like some like Teddy Riley. I think they could just be a little like grittier. Yeah, but I'm not huge on the chipmunk part. I agree with that. It's not the worst chipmunk ever. But I think the drums are definitely the weak point there. I think you had a lot of good arrangement stuff going on. Like all the bass you had come in. And the way you like picked the chops, it made sense for the shit to go together. So I think that the drums could just hit harder, one. Even if they stay that same style, I think they could just be brought up in the mix and given a little more character. They're a little too, I don't know. They just don't have a ton of uniqueness about them. So I think you could bump that up and get a little bit more out of those. But nice overall. This is Pyre. places, and I can't say it does them all very well, but it's nice that you're trying to mix it up so much. So shout out to that. And there were some like straight up wrong notes going on in there, but I like the overall feel, I think. But the drums didn't quite sit as like together as they could have, I think. Could have been just a lot smoother in general. They just really aren't. Yeah, and so like it's cool when you mix things up within a track, but when instead of like feeling natural in this case, it just felt like you were doing it very much on purpose. Yeah, exactly. A&M sounds like he was trying hard to be different. Like you were making a very concerted effort, which not that's a bad thing, but if it sounds like you really tried hard just to do things differently, then that's not the best thing in the world. So just try and make things flow a little bit better, get things to sort of blend together a little better, and have the drums sit some more. Like an early Bronson beat. It's been a while since we had a straight Bronson beat. The drums, there's some mismatch between the sample and the drums. It's got like a less intense vibe of The Time Is Now for sure. Why does YouTube keep dropping frames? What the fuck? Track some shit down. The blend between like the kind of like more vintage horn sample with some of the more modern stuff didn't necessarily go together as well as it could have. So I wish that didn't happen. Oh shit. Rather, not that it didn't happen, but that it just sat together a little better. So, yeah, getting those, like, that synth bass and the other shit to blend in a little better can be kind of tough, but I think you could probably do it. But overall, I had a nice vibe, nice sample, a nice, like, feel to it. And there were a couple times where the drums pulled away from the sample, so I don't know what's going on with the YouTube stream. It's not a connection thing. For some reason, frames are dropping before they ever leave. Leave my house. Let me just close everything. That could be running in the background. All right. Next up, DG Jr. Deej Jr. Soulful Bounce. Let's see. Choice. for the snare and shit. It just there's just like something happening every single beat that you could divide up. There needs to just be some more breathing room throughout the whole everything. And the drums, I don't know about those drums in particular. So I think those sounds don't necessarily work. The kick could maybe work, maybe with a little mix love, but I don't know about that like snare with the like weird sort of acid something going on with it. So the sample you could work with, but I think having all those chops and like really taking all those 16 notes with the guitar and all that extra shit, not huge on that. So I think you could probably just flip that a different way to get something smoother, to get something more open and less busy. Alright, this is 32 keys. Oh shit, I just skipped. Lord knows, drum revised. That's what this is. Let's see. That kick's got some nasty shit on the tail you gotta take care of. This is super slow, and the drums like are really lacking energy. I don't even know what I'm talking about, Sam. I check in every 30 seconds, and it's always something completely new. Yeah, that crackle on the beat. I don't know what's going on there. There's literally nothing I can do about any problems that happen with the stream. So everything is at any given point, it's as good as it could possibly be at that given moment. So, yeah, that crackle on the kick it sucks. And sometimes like you'll make a beat and there'll be something wrong with like a hi-hat sample or some other sample. Like there's this one Elmo hi-hat that has like literally 2 seconds of this disgusting vinyl crackle at the end. And if you like use that as your main hi-hat, sometimes you won't even notice you'll have this nasty crackle over your whole thing and you have to go clean it up. Or like that kick has that tail. And sometimes you just don't even hear it. You just tune it out when you're making a beat. So I would fix that. Just see if you can get those drums hitting a little harder. It just seemed a little slow, like especially when you're like invoking Lord Knows, which has like crazy ass drums. It's setting the bar awful high. So try to do that. Down 20. Try to flex, tech. Can't flex. Try to flex, tech. Can't flex. I don't got fiber, but there's fiber elsewhere in the city, so they bumped our speeds up. Short outro from Japic Court. These drums are super weak, programming and sound-wise. But the sample's kind of cool with the bass, if you ignore what happened at the start. Like all this is nasty, but if you like killed the drums here and used this as a sample, you could probably get something cool out of this. These drums are like garbage in terms of being used. I mean, they're not like worst drums ever, but with this synth and this bass, they make no sense at all. They just don't go together. So I think if you slowed it down and went like double time, or like rather a halftime feel with like some fast programming shit, you can maybe do something cool. Because I like the synth and I like the 808, but I do not like those drums. So that's what I gotta say about that. All right, Live Good. Let's hear this. Yeah, there are a lot of shitty beats out there. This is Seymour Digwell's. It's called Live Good. I like the textures in the drums, but I'm not huge on the programming. Yeah, something with the CPU, something spiking my CPU. I still don't know what. Maybe it's machine. I'm gonna laugh if that was it and it was my fault. I still had a project open with a bunch of pianos. Well, just the one piano. The sample's cool. And there's a lot of good sounds to work with, but I don't know if I really like the direction that the rhythm and vibe went at all. So I think if you took these samples, took some of these drums, and just sort of started from scratch, you could probably end up somewhere more interesting than this. Because this isn't bad, but it's not very interesting. So I think if you slowed it down and got real atmospheric with it, then it could be super dope. But I'm not huge on where that vibe is right now, so. Seymour Digwell's. Yeah, if there's any lag, it's frames are dropping or something. I don't think it's YouTube's fault, but I did have machine open with some big sample libraries. Maybe I closed it. Maybe that'll help. If it doesn't, I don't know. All right. Next up is Golden Ocean. Cuddly DJ. Where's my mouse at? My favorite Aphex. I don't listen to Aphex for an album. I am familiar with what he sounds like. These drums are super goofy. Not huge on those. The kick could maybe work, but the snare clap is pretty goofy, and the hi-hat's a little loud. And how the swing is just up super high, and it's got this kind of. I think it's mostly the hi-hat pattern that's making me not like the swing. One, because it's kind of loud. Where's the bass? This needs some bass. The sample is nice. The sample's real nice, especially here where you kind of slowed it down. The ending to a one-off anime. Yeah, so the drums are definitely the weak link there. But the sample's really nice. I think you could find some more interesting drums in there for one. Instead of something so quantized and then swung, it's just got this kind of goofy feel about it. And then, yeah, the drums weren't necessarily hitting very hard either, on top of the programming being a little lackluster. But the sample is nice. So if you just found a different direction to go with the drums, threw some bass on there, and you could really get that energy level up there. And just really open that whole scene right up. We're gonna send Captain. You sent me a damn wave file. All right, that's fine. Danny White, Dinero. All right, we'll listen to Danny White real quick. Well, Captain's gigantic wave. Oh no, it's done. Something is up with my connection though. I should have downloaded it much faster. This is Captain.
Captain.
Captain, I didn't know you made shit that went like this. Yeah, I've said that. Y'all changing your quality is not gonna help. Something's fucking up. But if I had known beforehand, I could have tried to mess with it. But in the middle of the stream, it is what it is. That main 808, some of the notes are in key and some of them aren't. I don't know if I like how wide the snare is. Hey, Christian and Corey, y'all should be blessed with that preview. Check your email. That was a goofy sound. If anyone else wants a preview of Off Top, freestyle app we've been working on for a little bit, DM me or email on Twitter. You can get in on the preview. So yeah, where's this fucking thing? Windows Movie Maker, not Windows Movie Maker, Windows Media Player. Some of the 808 I could have done with more like useful notes, because it was kind of wasn't contributing much melodically when it really could have, but instead it didn't. I think it could have done some better stuff there. And it was one of those tracks where it was kind of like not atonal, but it just kind of hits one thing the whole time. And maybe you could have switched it up some more. Some of the like drops you were doing with little sound effects, they were kind of cool. Some of them less so than others. But I just feel like I wanted more. Like, it had the energy down, but could have been more interesting, like, in other ways. So I would see what you could do to get the 808 tuning sitting better, and then just see what you could do to like switch up the chords and shit. liked it was more kind of swung. How the fuck is this? When it was like more head bobbing than this, which is like, it sounds like, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize nothing left, 'cause I've been. But this is more open. But all the sounds are a little off. The mix is a little off. The bass notes could be a little bit better. I played your shit, Vladimir. What are you talking about? What did you... Oh, my bad. I hadn't refreshed. The bass is a little boomy, and some of those notes could have been a little better. But yeah, when it goes to like the straight, not swung section, sounds like Coolio. Too much reverb. We just the hats were too loud, and I couldn't hear the snare, the kick enough. I don't think so. Yeah, that sums it up. I kind of like the sound, but the mix definitely needs some work. Everything just needs to kind of balance out, and there's some problems with like the bass was boomy, like I said, and you know, just everything didn't hit like it should or sit like it should. So, all right, next up, Vladimir. He sent the wrong thing, so this is what he meant. It's called Aim High, Willis. Aim High.
I knew it was a day I'd always remember.
Shout out to Kevin Hart, Romo and
I saw you at a party last September. I saw you at a
Yeah, that's my boy. We rep the same smart tech. You just got fucked up with it. Both of y'all niggas gonna get clapped up when I get back. Both of y'all niggas. What did I do? It don't fucking matter. Yeah, well,
are you the guy who was telling me to sample this in Beat Fighter the other day? I like this little breakdown. If the drums were like really riding, I'd be super into it.
It don't fucking matter. It don't fucking matter.
Ooh, actually, you know, it's got a nice vibe to it. I was just hoping for a little bit more hype, but it's like smooth. Is it really? Joe, damn. It's been a whole year. I like this little breakdown. I like this a lot the more and more it goes.
It don't fucking matter.
There's some, like the fast kind of hi-hat and the other drums. If you could sort of get those to feel like they're coming from the same drums a little more, I'd like it. Because they feel a little disconnected right now. But it don't fucking matter. Is that the best? That might be the best part of the movie, right? That's some good shit. That might have been my favorite so far of the night. Aim High, Willis. Shout out to Vladimir. That was dope. Sorry I missed it a couple times. I hadn't refreshed and I hadn't made it to the top yet. But next up is Dinero. Hey. Oh. That was a tease. Okay, I like the chops. Ew. I don't like these drums. I like the sample. I really don't like these drums. I don't like anything about these drums, I'll be honest. It's got a super nice sample though. But I really don't like these drums. Yeah, I don't know why I was channeling disease for a minute. Everyone ought to go take that sample. It's open. Take those chops and go flip this and then tweet me the beat. Look up Dinero on SoundCloud. Go take that sample and flip it. Took those chops and do drums. Do your own drums. Let's see what else y'all can come up with. Drum upgrade by committee, because really not a big fan of how those came in at all. And doesn't seem like many people were. But the sample, like the chops, were really nice. It was just a lot of potential there. So I wish the drums were different. I'll say it again. My happenings. Alright, next up, Dollar Cat Mansion. Second beat. The finished version of this beat is called Second Beat Real. It's on my channel. This channel has no content. Sorry. Apparently it is not, will not, won't not be there. Next up, Mkata. Marco Voltio. That's them teeth Mkata. Whatever he says. I only submitted this because my friend said Sanders would like it. Sandog would like it. And I said, there's no way he'll like it. It's a good description. I like that you're out there to prove your friend wrong by proving that I won't like it. And you know what? You were right. So, I mean, if you knew I wouldn't like it, then this shouldn't come as a surprise. I wouldn't have done that normally, but I had to. There haven't been any tonight. And also, you knew I wouldn't like it, so that's a fact. All right, next up is Elmo Mon Chéri. Kevin, you can get in there now, probably. The snare might be a little bit too intense. These hi-hats are really not good. I'll check on it, because now that it's open. Kevin, you have one, don't you? This piano sample's trying to be New York State of Mind. And these drums are... Alright, Mikata, that wasn't meant for you. That was meant for this. I just got a little confused, temporally speaking. A little confused in respect to how things fall into each other on the timeline of this earth. That bomb was meant for that beat. That was like the karaoke version of New York State of Mind, like run through MTV Jam drum arcade game, and then like remixed on PlayStation Music Maker. There was something I liked in the background, the chords, but the drums I didn't like. The piano was the New York State of Mind ripoff. Not big on that. LeVar, I am soon after South by. Well, I might be able to go up before South by, but the roll up to the getting prepared for South by with all sorts of shit. Been real busy, but soon. This is Quasi. Some of these chops are better than others. I need more drums. Something weird. You gotta EQ the sample or something. There's like this disconnect between the rhythm of the drums and the sample. And there's some overlap. Ooh, what's going on? Dude, for real, dude? Dude, come on. Hey, take a look, everybody. This track is called Say Goodbye. Well, Quasi, guess what? Say goodbye. So long. Yo, those drums were a mess. Certified hot mess. Sample was kind of nice. Drums were not. High Flown Beat says train wreck for sure. Elliot says should have been good, could have been good. I don't know what happened, but didn't come together. Next up is L9. Quick sample flip 1. If we listen very close, maybe we can hear. Oh, he's fading in. Or is he? Snare's not great, but this has some like serious 2000 like Cameron vibes. Don't blast it up, little mama. Yeah, this has like old Dipset all over it, but the snare is trash. Conro says lip dick snare. The hat and the snare really need some reworking. Killer. Yeah, there needs to be more happening, or there's just like not enough impact for every like note. So you have like a lot of hi-hat stuff, and you have the snare every few beats, and it drops out. But and the arrangement of the sample is like a little off, and it sort of confuses you because it's not quite what you expect. In terms of like how early like the drum fill comes in and all sorts of shit. But I think there's some stuff you could do to breathe a little bit more life into it. It seems a little sterile right now, and I think it could just have a lot more bounce and a lot more snap on the snare. If you swap out that snare, turn up the volume, and get some hats going that sort of lay a better foundation instead of just filling shit up. And they kind of push it in a weird direction, and I think you could bring it back in and take it somewhere else. Like right now you're at Arby's, and maybe you could take it over to Luby's. All right, next up, Nick
If a
Lopan.
person receives a small or medium dose of special medicines or
Marijuana.
you'll need to take as much food and water as you can carry. The basement affords good protection by closing off windows, exterior entrances, and
Experience artificial high.
You must do everything possible now to help yourself.
Did you like make this on a Game Boy? You got no excuse for that kick drum otherwise.
Experience artificial high.
These drums are real weak. The sample sounds like the sample is almost like some 36 chamber shit, almost. Because the RZA flipped a lot of like kind of lame shit in really dope ways on that album, but the drums are like super weak, and then you've got like kick drums that's just wrong, just straight up off beat. Discount Mad Villain, yeah, definitely some Mad Villain vibes on the sample too. Yeah, probably more so that than 36 chambers, but it's like you hear the sample, the drums come in.
On radioactive water will be a
Yeah, the drums just gotta rework entirely. I think a drum break is probably where you want to go instead of that, and instead of what you did. So, next up is Element. Mongolian track's called Mongolian Grandpa Tits. The description is stock plugins. The album art is Herman Cain, if anyone remembers him. Actually, the queue might be open now. I think it is. Four Man's DJ Shadow. DJ Nightlight. This is like in a Scion commercial. This is a commercial that put them out of business. Although, it's kind of nice. I'm just talking shit to talk shit. Linkin Park vibes. Yeah, I was thinking same thing. Add the Q link to your Twitch description. That's a good idea, but Twitch is closed right now. I'm not gonna I'm a lyrical miracle out here, trying to spit it like a spiritual individual. Know it's something real in it. Ooh, real hop, we bring it back. Real hip hop, yeah, we bring it back. I got cassettes and all in my backpack. Like, I don't really want to shit on this because it's not like bad. And like, I like parts of it, but it's just been done so many times. Uh-oh, we got the trumpet. I let that... Oh, no, I skipped way ahead. That intro was so long. I didn't even want to hear it. I didn't hear it. I couldn't have ever heard it. I just had to skip right past it. I think you could keep that. You could like maintain that vibe, but like do some more. I don't know. Just do more shit with it. I don't know. It's just one of those days. Love that band. Who doesn't love that band? Okay. Yeah, it just sounds like a bunch of shit that came out a long time ago. So it's not really pushing the envelope in any detectable form or fashion. Which, not saying that everything has to, but you want to keep things fresh for the listener's sake. Even if you haven't made something like that before, doesn't mean they haven't heard it. So.
To present the next award, Miss Michelle Nichols.
All right, next up is Nautica. More of a Perry Ellis kind of guy. I'm fucking stuck on that voice tonight. Let's see.
I can't forget. I can't forget.
Romo. A little late. You can always run it back. Run and tell that. A Cortex sample. Yeah. I feel like I've heard. Cortex is like super oversampled. And one, even if you like sampling other Cortex songs, they all sound like this. They all have like a triangle and then some bass. And some shit like this. But this is nice. Yeah, these drums are super weak. Mix-wise, they could maybe work, but they're just not hitting. This part's a lot better. I think that, like, the bass up high on the neck with the triangle, I mean, maybe I have sampled that exact thing, that's why it's so familiar, but I think the other part was more interesting just because I felt like I hadn't heard it a million times. But the drums were sonically weak. They might have been good, like, rhythmically, texturally, but I couldn't necessarily tell because they were so quiet. And the first thing you're going to judge is, like, the impact. When the impact's not there, it's hard to, one, appreciate them for other things, if you even can hear them. So, yeah. That's what I think. I think the queue should be, like, usually you can submit while I'm streaming. I see people are filling this shit back up. Like, Mkata's already got one back in there, or no. Yeah, like, y'all are already throwing shit in there. There's a few more spots. Don't know if I'll ever get back down there, but we'll see. All right, next up is Castle. Ed Castle. QDV5. Let's hear this. Oh, the art. Oh, the art. Ah. That's funny. This is like if a computer listened to everything on SoundCloud uploaded between May 2015 and September 2015 and distilled it down into a computer program and then made a beat of its own. SoundCloud Core. See, which can be done, like, for me to, like, specifically pick on SoundCloud sounds, I don't do that, but when they're lacking in other areas, like, if the shit, like, really knocks and it's got some, like, really cliche SoundCloud shit, that's fine. But this has some, this is really, like, heavily leaning on those characteristics as a crutch instead of, like, being a dope track that happens to do those things. And so, like, the drums are super weak. The bass sound isn't great. This, like, main synth part's kind of cool, but at the same time, not that great, and the synth chords, like, I just feel like I've heard this done better a lot. So I think if you really focus on the drums, you could turn that into something cooler. And then also if you, I don't know, found your own lane, maybe. But yeah, it just sounds like so, just mix in some other inspiration outside of like a selection playlist or like all sorts of SoundCloud shit. Oh, why'd you have to go and put the special characters inside your track? You know I can't. You know that makes shit hard for me. Actually, you probably don't, but why do you even have a file on your computer named with like crazy yen symbols and weird ass A's and shit? Sayonara. Oh. 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 The drums on this just are not hitting. That snare is like the weakest shit I ever heard. It's like you're opening a bag of Sun Chips. You got too many snares. They're not even lined up. All these drums gotta go. It's like you're about to win Mousetrap. You hear all the sounds going. The shit's bouncing down the little steps, hitting all the pegs. You hear it goes all the way down. This is a mess. All right. That's got a lot of the same issues that the one right before it just had, where it's sort of like trying really hard for an aesthetic instead of like trying really hard to be a dope track. And really for me to like declare your intent, like that's what you were trying to do, is awful presumptuous of me. But at the same time, that's what it sounds like. And so the drums like are just fucked up. they're just all wrong. This was an example, like there was a track earlier where it sounds like you had the idea of, you know, like, oh, I've heard this thing this way, but I don't want to do it this way. I'll do it this other way just to be different. But you didn't really quite execute. And so your drums, like, you were trying to be different and it didn't quite work out. And then your synths, you were, like, trying to be super samey and it didn't quite work out. So what I'm saying is it didn't quite work out. Maybe get a little, you just got to focus. You got to bring those drums back down to earth. All the way back to planet Earth. Because they're somewhere else right now. And didn't work. All right, I think we're finishing up on Sampo. I might knock out, that's the last guaranteed one, but I might knock out some more after that. That's number 30 though, so we'll see. All right, next up we got Sim Art. Sea Dance, instrumental done by me. All right. I just really didn't like those drums. The sample was way too filtered. It sounded like the Sims 2 hot date buy mode run through like an automatic hip-hop machine. And that's all I could think of. I didn't give it much of a chance for that. I apologize. But sometimes you just know. The drums were just super stiff and they didn't really hit at all. And that's all I got to say about that. This is Gibd. This fucking SoundCloud fucks up the quality. Y'all gotta work on your mixes if SoundCloud, you got SoundCloud to blame for any shit. Although honestly, it does sound a little lower quality. I spoke too soon, but that might be with how you uploaded it. I don't know. This is super goofy. These hi-hats, why you got them spread out so much? Sam Rose, what you talking about? These are like the least inspiring drums I've ever heard. It's like a commercial for, like, I don't even know what. Some shit I never want to buy. Like some weird new extreme candy for cool teens. It tastes like an island or something. It tastes like they got a new candy for each of the planets and one for Alpha Centauri. Yeah, that's like just super over the top, and there's a lot of different things happening. The hi-hats are going out of control, and I'm not huge on it. You got those huge horns that are super goofy. The synth could maybe work, but at the same time, it's like Swedish House Mafia or like, what was that guy's name? Benny Benassi, like all sorts of weird DJ shit. And then just the tempo is just, I don't know. It just didn't do anything for me. It inspired nothing inside me. I gained no energy from that. And I'm not going to quote the whole Billy Madison thing because that's a little extreme, but just pretend I did. All right, next up, Curtis Hild. Start with the snaps, we see where we go. The bass, I don't like the bass. I don't like the bass. The bass is gross. The chords are kind of cool. The snap could maybe work if you want something better. The drums that came in were they messed everything up. If you had kept the drums like super minimal, it could have maybe worked, but the ones that came in were just a mess. It was just mud. It was gross. They didn't contribute anything. They actively hurt the beat, as traumatic as that is to say, but it was straight up better before they came in. And yeah, it really does sound like that track with Janae Aiko on the Drake album. Kind of, with the snap and shit. That's what it's making me think of. But yeah, the drums you gotta rethink. Go more minimalistic. Next up, Sampo, aka Young Dannon, come through with a dub clip. Name of the track, Pussy Boy. Okay. This to me. You know what you did. This isn't Curtis. This is Sampo. Sampo, you gotta own this. Young Dannon. Did you really make a beat with these fucking chords? Or did you just slow down? Oh. Jesus fucking Christ. Sampo, why'd you do it? Why'd you do that? Alright, next up is Fireside. Then you really might know what it's like. That hasn't fit over a beat in a while. didn't make Relapse or something. The sample's a bit much. I don't know. It's overbearing. It's just too busy. It's just too busy. It's a real, like, when you lean on something like that as your main sample, you're gonna turn off half the people who want to hear it. And especially like the drums, there was just too much happening in that sample, even outside of the style, to like really fall in line with the drums. So can't say I liked how that sat very much. This is Easy Eze, I think, actually. Boom Trap. So he's one of Illmind's, a disciple of Illmind. Let's see. Definitely sounds like some shit from someone who would like listen to Illmind and really fuck with all his shit. He just makes a lot of goofy beats that are like really technically solid, but sometimes just like I just don't fuck with it. But when he like gets in the pocket, he gets some really dope shit going. This doesn't do much for me. I don't like the Kevin calling himself out. Yeah, that's just a little too dramatic, and it doesn't have the sonics to like back it up. So like if it was like this kind of vibe and the drums were really hitting hard, it could work even if it's not some shit I would listen to, but they're a little weak for how like heavy it's trying to be and how big of a scene it's trying to set. So try and get the drums to like knock harder. And also that sample, I don't know if it's good enough to like carry the shit. Also, I don't know about the I don't know about those. Yeah, I think you could probably like kind of focus in a little more on a more interesting melody instead of that main sample. The notes didn't really do much for me. So yeah, that's what I gotta say about that one. All right, I'll do one more, I guess. A 3-pull beat. Let's see. All right. A chill hip hop beat. Enjoy. Never heard that one before. It doesn't got shit to do with the piano. The sample, look at the art. So it's like a rainy day painting with like hints of the Matrix in it. Like if the Matrix started leaking through the painting at a Chinese buffet, one of those like animated rain waterfall paintings, and the Matrix started coming through. But it's English, so it's not quite the Matrix, but it's like, I don't know, some stupid ass version of the Matrix. It's like RuneScape spilling into this real life. That bass is nasty. Alright. That bass doesn't fit with the piano. That's a mistake. Why did you do that? Alright. I don't know if I see anything in the next two that might be dope. I'm not even going to take the gamble. I had one I liked. Where to go? What was it called? Aim high, Willis. Beat of the night. I'm out. But this was the beat of the night. I'm going to call it. Wasn't a high bar tonight, but this one. Alright. That's it for tonight. I'll stream some other day. What a nebulous thing to say, but why bother committing to a day when I could just not do that? So, y'all used to that by now. Q gets backed up. You know what I gotta say about that? Actually, Kevin Hart's probably about to say it for me. This is how I feel about the Q being backed up. Alright. That's a wrap. If y'all missed it, a few of y'all send me your emails on Twitter. I'll get you in the preview for the app. Until next time, what else do I gotta say? I don't know. I'm out of here. Shout out to everyone submitting. When the results for Beat Fighter, that's a good ass question. I gotta ask Conro about that. Should have been announced already, but alas, it has not been.